Why don't you get up and do something? Stop lying around and start moving. Quit staring at your phone. There are better things to do. Why are you so lazy? Hello and welcome to I Am. I'm David Andrade. We have all told someone this, or have been told ourselves, why are you so lazy? But what is actually behind the word lazy? We are transfixed on the term only as an unwillingness to get up and move. There's more to this. What is the definition we often most hear? The traditional definition of lazy typically refers to someone who is unwilling to work or expend effort. It is usually associated with a lack of motivation, diligence, productivity in performing a task or responsibilities. Lazy individuals may prefer idleness or avoid work whenever possible, often leading to procrastination or neglect of their duties. This term carries a negative connotation and is used to criticize someone's work ethic or behavior. The term lazy typically encapsulates a reluctance or an absence or desire to engage in work or effort. It characterizes individuals who seem opposed to activities demanding either physical or mental investment, often opting for leisure or inactivity over responsibilities or tasks that require exertion. But what does it truly mean to be lazy? Think about this for a second. Consider yourself or someone you know who might be labeled as lazy in certain aspects of their life. What are the underlying reasons for this perceived laziness in certain areas? Think about this. Think about somebody you know and think about why. Lazy is a general term defined as an absence or desire or accomplishment. To ponder on everything other than the will to complete. Why? Why wouldn't one want to complete? How many times have you told someone, why are you so lazy? Just get up and do something. Or stop being so lazy. How many times have you told them? Then you tell yourself, I just give up. But then tomorrow you start all over again, repeating the same lines to this person. Here are some examples of what you might consider lazy. We have procrastination, putting off tasks or responsibilities. We have avoidance of physical activity. That's usually spending long periods of time sitting and lying down rather than engaging in physical exercise or activities. Lack of initiative. This is waiting for others to lead in making decisions instead of the individual taking the initiative and being proactive. Or ignoring responsibilities. This is a big one. They neglect essential tasks or duties such as not completing homework, chores, work assignments, despite being capable of doing so. How about dependency on others? Relying excessively on others to do things for you that you could have done yourself, such as expecting someone else to clean up after you or make you meals all the time. Or there's a resistance of learning, refusing to learn new skills to acquire new knowledge, or just plain making excuses, frequently coming up with reasons or justifications for why tasks and responsibilities were not completed, rather than taking ownership and finding solutions. Or how about these terms? Avoid lifting a finger, a couch potato, a slacker, a loafer, lackadaisical, drag one's feet, time waster. All these terms can generalize laziness, but there's actually something compelling going on that looks simple, like an unwillingness to move forward. And what is it? What is keeping the person lazy? It is the power of the FLS, the false life script. It is a powerful script being read that reinforces the identity one bears to maintain efficiency of identity and a stationary position in life, staying in the lazy realm. The identity of a so-called lazy person is written to stay exactly where one is, keeping one's ring of life small and limited. I'm using some terms here that are in my book. So if you don't understand the words like false life script, FLS, ring of life, pick up a copy of my book to get a full understanding of these terms. So to call someone lazy will do nothing to propel them forward. They're just words. How often have you told someone, stop being so lazy while the veins in your head protrude? Then you say, it's like talking to a wall, you won't listen. That is precisely what laziness is, an efficient wall of identity. Understand that when someone projects laziness, that has a script that will be read over and over again to maintain a stationary position in life, and will fight to keep one from accomplishing. This script looks lazy, but it is massively powerful and efficient at maintaining. There's no weakness in it. If laziness is looked upon as lazy, what is so weak about it? Why can't you penetrate it? Why can't you move it? Look at someone's actions that you might think of as lazy, but now look at them as massively resilient. Think of a person. You know somebody. You can tell them over and over and over, but they will not budge. That is not laziness. There's a power to this. Okay, so I gave you some examples of laziness. Now what? You might know someone who is lazy in certain aspects of their life, and we tend to write them off as that is just who they are. Yes, that is true in only certain aspects of their life. That is who this person's identity believes they are. And the identity will do everything in its power to remain in that position because of the efficiency of identity. Laziness is relative to the individual expectations. What one thinks is lazy is only referenced to one that accomplishes. No one ever thinks that laziness is also an accomplishment. It accomplishes by fighting to maintain identity. Also, remember that laziness usually is not global. There are parts of a lazy person's life that they will accomplish without any interjection or a push. They will wake up early if there is something they want to do early. They will keep their room messy, but their car is spotless. But only their car. They usually won't offer the car cleaning services to family members. Think about the person you consider lazy. What in their life do they accomplish? Because somewhere in their life, they actually accomplish. They aren't lazy. They will produce results. So think about what part of this person do they accomplish. It's important to note that these behaviors can sometimes be indicative of underlying issues such as lack of motivation, depression, anxiety, and may not always be the result of deliberate laziness, but underlying medical issues, which one should seek professional help. So what is laziness in general? It is the efficiency of identity. Laziness is built like all other habits, good ones or bad ones. It is built over time to become an efficient mechanical process. Over a period of time, as one takes lazy actions in order not to complete a task, the mind will start to build an efficient neurobiological structure to make the identity true and avoid accomplishment. Over a longer period of time, the identity becomes efficient and the default of one's personality. At that point, the mind, not good or bad, becomes strict and forceful in maintaining the identity. Why do you think you can tell someone over and over again to clean their room, put the toilet seat down, clean up after themselves, get up early, etc., yet nothing will happen? You got it. It's the FLS, the false life script, the script the identity is reading from. You know someone that you have repeatedly tried to have them do a task over and over again to no avail. The so-called in one ear and out the other. Your command on someone did not correlate with their identity, so the desired action you sought was never accomplished. So the action was never attempted. They heard every single word you said, but there was not a script to be read from in order to accomplish. So the non-action was repeated based on identity. All of this is efficiency of identity, the I am. The mechanics have been written to not accomplish for a specific task or any task at all, based on mechanics. Yet this is not a true representation of one's entire capabilities innate within one's identity. But the individual that brings forward the identity of lazy also innately bears the identity of progress. Choosing is where the power lies. We need to understand how this works. We are only left to consider someone lazy and continue our anger over their inaction, as opposed to understanding what is happening in their mind and what they are not aware of. Don't take offense to this, but you are probably just as lazy in parts of your life, but will not see it. You will write off your non-action as, I'm just too busy to accomplish, or I'm just too busy picking up after someone else that I can't do what I need to do for myself. Your identity will keep you so busy that you too will not accomplish either. You will run around like a chicken without a head. You are what I call busy lazy. You will protect your laziness or unwillingness to accomplish by keeping yourself so busy you have no time for accomplishing. You are as terrified to accomplish as the so-called lazy person. Your identity will be just as afraid as the so-called lazy person. You just define yours differently. One is too lazy to accomplish advancing one's life, and the other is too busy to accomplish advancing one's life. And they both don't accomplish. Same outcome, different means to accomplish, both driven by identity. Sorry about that, I got off on a tangent. Okay, let's get back to lazy. Once we understand the mechanics involved, the script the lazy individual is reading from, we can stop and now know that this is the power of the I am, the identity. So how do we get someone to start accomplishing? They have to be taught why they are doing what they don't do. They need to be taught that what they are doing is only repetition and efficiency in their mind. The so-called lazy person can also be frustrated with themselves. They can start to look at themselves as weak, unable to accomplish. When someone views themselves as lazy, it often isn't just about the lack of activity or productivity. This label can carry a heavy emotional burden, leading to a cycle of negative self-perception and emotional distress. They can start to self-label themselves as weak or incompetent. Individuals who consider themselves lazy might begin to see this trait not just as a temporary state, but as an inherent part of their character. This can lead to a feeling of powerlessness, where they believe they lack the inherent ability to accomplish tasks or goals. Or they'll have a negative self-reflection. The constant self-labeling as lazy can lead to a person to engage in negative self-talk, which reinforces their belief in their own ineffectiveness. This can escalate to more severe self-criticism, where every failure to act is seen as a personal flaw, rather than a circumstantial or manageable setback. And then there's this impact on self-worth. Over time, this ongoing pattern of negative self-perception can significantly affect a person's sense of self-worth. If they equate productivity with value, failing to meet productivity standards, whether realistic or not, might lead them to feel worthless or inadequate. With this, there could be a mental health consequence. This cycle can be damaging to mental health, potentially leading to issues such as depression or anxiety. The pressure to overcome their laziness, combined with a continual sense of failure, can exacerbate these feelings, creating a situation where the individual feels trapped in their own self-judgment. It's important for individuals facing these feelings to seek ways to break the cycle and understand this is only efficiency of identity. To stop the personal attack, but to start to understand that this is only efficient mechanics that can be rewired and refocused. Laziness is not a reflection of one's true self, but rather a temporary mode of behavior. It represents the mind's efficiency in adhering to a familiar pattern to preserve a sense of identity. Essentially, it is neurobiological wiring at work, basic mechanics. Rather than a cause for resignation, this understanding offers a valuable opportunity. Recognizing this pattern allows us to harness these tendencies and redirect them more productively. By comprehending the underlying mechanics, we can transform perceived laziness into a catalyst for focused attention and personal growth. So how is laziness thwarted? The quickest way to strengthen one's life in a more powerful direction, I found, was choosing to identify the stronger part of oneself and take action in 3 seconds. Not 4 seconds, 3 seconds. What in the I am method I call the CN3, choose in 3 seconds. And living in 3D, we define, we develop, we deliver. Start the path of accomplishing while identifying new actions as I am, over and over again. How is laziness corrected and rewritten? By redefining the definition of I am in one's identity, while simultaneously taking an action towards accomplishing and reinforcing the dormant, powerful one. Choosing beyond lazy. If you wait for yourself to change in order to build who you truly are, you will continually set yourself up for frustration. If you choose to advance in 3 seconds, now you become a builder of life. One of the most powerful things one can do with the CN3 is stop. Stop in 3 seconds what you are doing. Stop in 3 seconds from having those negative thoughts. Just stop. Sometimes that is one of the most powerful things you can do. Stop thinking about laying on the couch. And then another 3 seconds, get up and do something. Even if you get up and move, open the door, go outside. In 3 seconds, put your phone down. You've been staring at it all day long. In 3 seconds, drop the phone. Put it on the floor. Another 3 seconds, stand up. Walk out the door. Go do something. 3 seconds. All these actions done in 3 seconds will start to advance you and start to help you rewrite. And then once you take the positive action, define it as I am. You accomplish. No need to look elsewhere. No need for any change. Only to choose to make the new actions and accomplishments repeated over and over again while defining them as I am. This in turn will make accomplishing the new efficient identity to be repeated. Life isn't about changing. A powerful life is living in a perpetual state of choice, which in turn will advance and make efficient a more powerful part of one's innate self. Get a full understanding of how to advance the best part of yourself as fast as possible by studying the I Am method. If you want your true innate life to start moving in the right direction in 3 seconds, read and listen to my book, and let's work together to get to who you are supposed to be, your true innate fantastic self. Get a copy of my method at www.iammethod.com to get the full method and start to choose who you truly are immediately. So go out there and take a bite out of life.